Hey guys, Brian with Buffalo Beer Reviews. We're going to do a look at one of my homebrew recipes. This particular beer that I'm going to pour was not a brew day video, but it turned out so nicely. Maybe I'll kind of include the recipe in the description below. And I have a brew day setup of all my hop steps that I will kind of show you what it is. I call it Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mosaic, and it's got a bunch of small incremental hop steps with Mosaic. So it's like a continually hopped sort of Mosaic hazy ale, and I really enjoyed it. There is definitely some work to be done on it, but the idea that you can do this with hops, and it doesn't always just have to be a 15-minute and a 10 and a 5 or a 10-5 Whirlpool. You can do whatever you want. So I was really happy with the way it turned out, and I kind of wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to go pour a glass. All right, there it is. I really like the way the body of this beer looks. It comes out as this very soft yellow, very muted sort of yellow, golden sort of color. It took me a little bit to get carbonated. Just switched over the CO2 canister, so it was a little on the more aggressively carbonated pour. Do you know what I mean? I get these really great, intense Mosaic characteristics, and it's only hopped with Mosaic. It's got some almost sort of candied, like orange sort of qualities to it as well. Yeah, little bits of maltiness in there, little bits of like this briny, oily sort of hop character as well. Nothing green, nothing dank, nothing like hop burn, like immature. I brewed it on October 20th. That was the brew day. So from brew day till now, it's just a day shy of a month. So let's see how this thing tastes, and then I'll start talking to you about it. Do you know what I mean? It's wholly enjoyable. It's a 5.7%, 5.78%. The mouthfeel is appropriate. It's by no means is it like this silky smooth sort of contraption, but it's wholly appropriate. And you get this really, it's got some bitterness to it. Let me see if I can find my IBUs. Beersmith quoted it as around 40 IBUs, which I am pretty happy with because I put a shit ton of hops in there. How much hops? It doesn't say, but I put a ton of hops in there, and for it to come out with 40 IBUs and be this drinkable, I was really happy with, especially looking the way it looked. It's got some tart and sort of like a thin, non-juicy sort of follow through to it. And that's wholly okay with me. I didn't really have any expectations for what the hops or the hop profile should kind of be like. I just wanted to get more experience with this sort of continually hopped process. And I've been really excited about it. And I think at the far end of the wash through, I think you do get reminded of that candied sort of orange vibe at the very end as well. So you kind of get it on the nose, and you kind of get it trailing out of your mouth as well. Now, with this being said, now why did I brew beer like this? I brewed a beer just because I had time and I had availability, and I just have that sort of, well, screw it, let's just see what it looks like sort of mentality. So I brewed a continually hopped Galaxy beer, but in my mind, for some reason I wanted to make it a smash beer. So it was like a smash Galaxy continual hop. It was okay. It was a little bit better than okay. And I kind of liked the way that the Galaxy played out in that beer. And I kind of thought, well, I don't have to make it a smash. I don't have to make it a single malt application. I can make like a regular sort of hazy IPA grain bill with the continually hopped Mosaic schedule. And that's kind of what I did. By no means is this my last version of this recipe. I do kind of feel as though there's a certain element missing to this beer. I feel like it needs like a burst hop of something light and bright. And that's what I was trying to kind of mull over with some of my friends. Does it need a burst hop addition of Citra? Does it need a burst hop addition of, like a Hallertau or a lemon drop or something like that? It just needs something, I think, just to kind of kick it up a little bit, along with that continually hopped Mosaic presence. And I think it would be elevated to even more of a beer. It's really something. I'm going to list the recipe down below, and you're going to kind of see all of the hops that I put it in. So I did a 0.2 at 60, 0.2 at 20, 0.2 at 18, at 16, and then I went up to 0.25 at 14, 12, and then I did 0.3 at 10, 8, 6. Then I hop steeped it. Okay, so I did, what'd I do? 170 degrees, 160 degrees for 27 minutes. And I put an ounce of hops in at 27 minutes. Then at 22 minutes left in the hop steep, I put another ounce of Mosaic. And then at 17 minutes, I put another ounce of Mosaic in at 17 minutes. And then for my dry hopping is where I did just a little bit different. I did 2 ounces of regular pelletized hops on day 2 of fermentation. And then I did 4 ounces of cryo hops at day 6. And then I checked the gravity and I was happy with it. And I kegged it at day 9. So pretty good. My numbers, if anybody cares, started at 1.058 and ended at 1.041 for an ABV of 5.78. I used the Fermentus S-04 dry yeast. Any other notes that I took? I let the mash rest for 10 minutes before I kind of started my mashing process. I was able to mash out at 168 for 10 minutes. I thought that was really good. I double crushed the grain bill. I used a pound of rice hulls. It allowed me to Vorloff and kind of sparge really, really nicely with this beer. I think that's how I got some of my efficiencies up a little bit. Yeah. Actually, no. I did cryo. It says I did a late game day change. That 4 ounces of dry hops Mosaic on day 6, that was for a pelletized version. I only did 2 ounces of cryo Mosaic. So I really enjoyed it. Some of my friends that I've given it to also have enjoyed it. It does well. The body's got this nice little glow to it. It's got a different type of aroma that I think a lot of your commercial brewery cans are going to give you. And it's just something fun to try. So that's my little look at Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mosaic. I hope you guys enjoyed a little look at what the hell I'm doing down here and making beers and stuff. So maybe you want to try it out. Maybe you've got some critiques for my recipe that I might be able to throw in the next batch. Let me know. I wholly appreciate it. I've only been doing this coming up on 2 years, so by no means am I a professional. just down here trying to have fun and drinking all sorts of different beers and stuff. So I really appreciate the clicks and the watches. You guys know that, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.